morning, guys. Welcome back to Rock Fabulous 40s, and it seems like, actually it has been forever since I've done any filming or recording of any type. So I figured I would jump back in it by just doing a quick, simple, easy get ready with me. It is Sunday morning, so I don't really have a whole lot of plans, not really doing much today. It's kind of rainy and drizzly out. I guess that would be kind of drainy. So I'm just going to do something quick, simple, easy, everyday kind of wear. A lot of these products that I'm going to be using are newer products that I've been playing around with for quite some time, and I will do upcoming reviews on them in the near future, as well as some upcoming hauls, because I have a whole lot of new things that I want to talk about. And without filming for a while, all the stuff has just really piled up. So I really need to get it out there and get my thoughts and opinions out to you guys on a lot of these new products that I'm trying. So a lot of the stuff I'm using today, like I said, is very new. And it's stuff I've been using for a while, but I'm not going to review a lot of it today. I'm just going to use it and, like I said, just do a quick, simple, easy get ready with me. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right in. I have already cleansed and moisturized my face, and I'm going to start with just a primer. Oh, my nose itches. And on a regular, everyday type basis, I don't always wear primer. I'm going to use some today, though, because my skin is feeling a little parched, and today I'm going to use the It Cosmetics number 50 serum. This guy right here, I just love this guy when my skin is feeling parched. This and the Smashbox Primerizer. I just love them because they feel like they actually give my skin not just a good priming, but also I feel like it kind of treats my skin just a little bit as well. As I'm doing this, guys, I need to ask a little bit of advice here. My hair right now is so dry, and it's just horrible. My ends, I mean, they're fluffy and frizzy, and I need to cut them, but I'm having issues with, I've been really trying to take really good care of my hair, and it doesn't seem like no matter what I'm doing is helping. And I think a lot of it is because we had a pool just put in the beginning of the summer, and we've been doing a lot of swimming, and the chlorine, I think, is just really getting to my hair and just really drying it out. I've been putting masks on my hair, I've been doing olive oil, I've been doing all of this stuff to my hair, and none of it's helping. It just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse. And let me know if you guys have any tips or tricks to do, to help reduce some of this, fuzziness, and other than cutting it all off. I don't want to cut it all off, so let me know if you guys know of anything, and I will try it, I promise. Alright, so during the summer months, I really have not been reaching for foundations on an everyday basis. I've been more so reaching for tinted moisturizers, BB creams, CC creams. Yes, I do have things that need to be covered, such as, the hyperpigmentation on my face, which I still have, on my forehead. And these things don't cover. What they do is they give me a good color correction. That's not really the word I'm looking for. It evens out my skin tone, and gives a little bit of coverage, but not a lot, so my hyperpigmentation spots still show through. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm just a normal person. I'm not one of these people that I have to go get it lasered off or whatever. I'm just a normal, everyday, 40-something-year-old person, and I have skin issues, and if they show, they show. I'm human, right? So what I've been reaching for a lot is this Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. This guy right here. It does have an SPF 30. And of course I don't use this as my SPF. I use a SPF 50 on my face every day underneath any foundation, primer, anything that I wear. But I have been reaching for this quite a bit. And I used to have this. By the way, mine is in the color Cuzco, medium 1.5. I used to have this years ago, because this is not, their tinted moisturizer is not a new thing. I had it years ago, and I liked it, but it really caused me to break out really bad when I used it. And I started using this one again, I guess about 2 months ago, and so far so good, no breakouts. So I don't know if they have reformulated it, or maybe my skin has changed that much. I do like to blend this out with the e.l.f. blending brush. It's this like fan brush. It's dirty because I have been using it. But I find the easiest blend with this is with this brush. It's a very inexpensive, what, $4 brush or something. And it blends everything out just so quickly. And it blends everything out to where it looks smooth. And just, I don't know, I just love how much surface area this brush covers. I really love this brush for BB creams, tinted moisturizers, that kind of thing. And that's it. It's blended. I'm done. And like I said, it doesn't cover up all the hyperpigmentation, but it does cover a little bit. It definitely evens out my skin tone. So I am totally good with that. I always do carry it down my neck. Concealer, let me find it. I don't really reach for a whole lot of concealer during the summer months unless I'm going out in the evening, but I do reach for a color corrector. So I'm using the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Peach Bisque, this guy right here. And I just dig my finger in and just press it right onto the dark circles. My dark circles are not that bad right now, so I don't need a lot. And what I like about this stuff is I don't really need any extra coverage. Just this is my color corrector and the coverage that I need in one. And you don't need much, therefore it looks very skin-like, very natural. And I don't have to set it, so I don't have like that powdery feeling going on under my eyes there. And I only just press it right into the dark areas, and that's it. I don't take it the whole way under my eye, because I find when I put concealer all the way around my eye, it gets into the fine lines and wrinkles, and it just really, it accentuates every fine line and wrinkle and texture I have under my eyes. So I try to keep the concealer specific just to the area that I need it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes really quick. I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Alright, eyes are primed, moving on to brows. Now because this is going to be just an everyday simple look, I'm opting for a brow powder today, and I'm using one that I got in a BoxyCharm a while back. This is the Brow Gal by Tanya Crooks, and this is the Convertable Brow 02 for brown hair. There you go. So it's got a couple of light shades in here and then the darkest shade, and you can use these wet or dry. It actually says it is a convertible wet dry brow powder. So I'm going to go into the darkest one right here. I have used them wet. They do work very nice wet, but on my more natural days I just use them dry, and I just use them as, I don't really need a whole lot of shape in my brows right now. I just need some basic fill. I do have some sparseness. I have not plucked or shaped in a while because I've been using this brow growth serum. I'm trying to get them to grow out. So once they are grown out to an unmanageable point, then I will go ahead and tweeze or wax or shape or whatever it is I need to do to them. Then once I have my brown color on, one of the things I always do, no matter if I use a powder or a pencil, I always go in with a clear brow gel. And one of my favorites, if you guys have been watching me for a while, know it's the NYX Control Freak. Love this stuff. However, every single one I've ever bought, the cap, do you guys see how the cap cracks right there? Every single one. This is like my 5th one, and every time the caps crack. I keep wondering if this is just, am I tightening too tight? Does everybody have this problem with these caps cracking on these? I mean, it's crazy, right? Alright, then I'm going to do just a little bit of highlighting under the tails here. I'm going to use my Benefit Highbrow. I've been using this for a really long time, and I really love it for just, you know, the ends of the tails here. So I'll just kind of draw it on, and then I'll use my finger and I'll blend it right there. So the palette I'm using today is a newer palette, not brand new, but newer. It's been out, I guess, most of all of this year, and I've been using it a lot, and I will probably have a review of this palette and a couple of others coming up soon. But the one I'm talking about is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and this palette is full of just a bunch of very wearable neutral shades. It is just in my opinion, the colors in here are just very, very beautiful and wearable. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with just a fluffy brush here. This is my Morphe M441 brush. It's just very, very fluffy. I'm going to use this in the crease, and I'm going into, let's do this burnt orange shade right here today, just for the crease, and I'm just going to kind of blow that out a little bit. Now, I do have to tap out these shades here, so right in the crease. And then for people that are very similar to me, that have just a little bit of droopiness up here in the top portion of your eyelid here, it kind of droops over, makes you just a little bit hoodie. I like to take this color just and blow it out just a little bit above the crease as well. Not quite up to the brow. And I don't like to take it out too far out here either. Now I'm going to take a bit of a smaller crease brush. This is my Morphe M514. I've been enjoying my Morphe brushes lately. And I'm going to go into Rustic, which is this guy right here. It's kind of a, I guess, a mid-tone brown. Not real dark, not real light. And again, tapping off the color. So that is pretty much all that's on my brush. You can see there's not very much on there at all. And I'm going to concentrate that right into the crease itself. I'm not going above. I'm trying to keep it just right there in that socket, I guess. Okay, now that I've got that Rustic shade here blown out through the crease here, now I'm going to take this MAC 247 brush. This guy right here is just a flat brush here. And I'm going to go into this rose pink right here. It's a very shimmery, not really shimmery because there's not really any noticeable glitter in it, shiny pink. It's not really chrome, it's not really metallic, it's just kind of, I don't know how to explain it, it's just pretty. And I'm going to put this on the inner, like half of my lid, maybe inner 3/4 of my lid actually. Alright, now going into my Morphe, or now with my Morphe 514 brush, this guy right here. It's kind of a long, skinny, it's a little more dense than just your typical fluffy brush. I'm going to use him in like kind of the outer corner a little bit, but I'm going to go into Cypress Umber and just add a little bit to the outer corner, which is this guy right here. He's a dark, very cool brown, and I'm going to go ahead and dip into him very lightly, tapping off the brush. I mean, that is, again, all I'm putting on that brush. See, it's hardly anything. And I'm going to take it right into this outer corner and up into the crease a little bit. I would much rather, on a very natural day, start out with very, very little, and then if I want more, build up. I'm not pulling that all the way in, it's just staying right here on this outer portion. Alright, now I'm going to take my fluffy brush, which is the M441, the one I started with as my transition shade, and I'm going to use whatever color is left on it, which is not really much at all, and I'm just going to kind of diffuse out around the edges here. And there's the eyeshadow look. Let's move on to liner. Told you guys, very quick, simple, easy. Now for liner, I'm going to be tight lining, and I'm using a new one. This is the Bare Minerals One Fine Line. This guy right here, very small tip liner. And I really like to use these small tip liners for tight lining along my upper lash line. I don't normally do a whole lot of liner on my upper, like above my lashes. I usually typically always do it as a tight line because I think it looks more natural, and especially for daytime wear, I want that more natural look. Now this liner is very new to me. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I do have issues with eyeliners that leave like sometimes funky films on my contact lenses. I have not yet experienced that with this, but I've only used it like one other time. So I have to use it more before I can give a definitive answer if it's going to do that or if I really like it or not. And for those of you who are unaware of tightlining is just getting the liner just in between the lashes on the waterline side of your eye. You're not necessarily having to do the waterline, although you can if you like. I do sometimes. Sometimes it just kind of happens. But the whole purpose is to make the base of your lashes just look thicker and more defined. And so this really does that. Or tightlining really does that. And yes, I make funny faces when I do this because if I don't, I will poke my eyeball out. I just know it. So can you guys tell a difference between one eye versus the other? I don't know if you can or not. I definitely can looking in the mirror. There we go. And I just do that until I see no skin in between the lashes. That's pretty much how I tightline. Alright, that is done. Again, like I said, during the day for an everyday wear, I do not put liner on my upper lash line. Now, if I'm going out in the evening and I want a more dramatic look, I might do a liquid liner up there. And I don't normally cat it out because it just doesn't look right on my eyes. But I'll sometimes maybe do a liquid liner or I'll do a kohl liner and just kind of smudge it. But during the day, I don't. Alright, the mascara I'm going with, if I can find it. This is one I've been using for several weeks now. And it is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, but this is the Burgandy one. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, it is the burgundy color. Now, if you have really, really light lashes, this is going to look burgundy. But on my black lashes, it looks brown. So for a very natural look, I'll use this instead of a brown mascara because I think it gives me that brown look but with a little bit of dimension, and it does on me look very natural, and it looks like my lashes but better kind of. So I've been really getting a lot of use out of this guy. Okay, lashes almost done. I want to add some stuff to my waterline here. I want to brighten up the waterline a little bit, so I'm going in with my Urban Decay Waterline eye pencil in Walk of Shame. It's just a cream color eye pencil here, and I like to put it on the lower waterline. I feel it just kind of opens my eyes up a little bit, which for daytime I really like. And I'm going to do just a tiny bit of the mascara on my lower waterline, or waterline on my lower lash line. Don't need much, just a little. Alright, I did get a little bit of mascara right here underneath my lower lash line, and one of the things that I learned, if that happens, let it dry, and then you just take a Q-tip and it just kind of wipes right up. As that's drying, let's go on to the face. Okay, so I have my Too Faced Natural Face Palette here. Sorry, very glary. I've been using this quite a bit. I will have a review for it coming up. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dip into the bronzer shades here. So I'm going to go into this Sun Honey shade, this one right here. And I'm just going to use just a fluffy brush. This brush is just a cheap, where did I get this? Marshall's or something. It's an Isabella Scott brush. But it is very, very soft and fluffy. And I really like it for bronzer. So I'm just going to dip into that Sun Honey shade right there. Just a little bit, not much. And I'm going to start right here. And you notice I just did both cheeks and didn't dip into it a second time. There was no need to. Okay, now I'm going to take it up along the hairline here and jaw. Okay, so it's going to be that little 3 shape here. And then, of course, a little on the nose. I'm one, I like to put a little bit of color everywhere. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to go into a little bit of blush. I'm not going to use the blush in here today, but I will because, you know, it's good blush. But, like I said, there will be a more in-depth review on that coming up later. Alright, so the blush I'm going to use today is the CoverGirl Peach Punch Blush. It's one of their little peach scented blushes, and this one is in the shade 130. I don't like the fact that they don't actually have names on the shades, cutesy little names. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. So they're just numbers. This is it's not shimmery at all, but it does have kind of a very sheeny look to the skin. Okay, can you guys see that little sheen coming off there? So when you wear this blush, you don't really need a whole lot of highlight, if any highlight at all. So I'm going to go into my Luxie. This is the Luxie foundation brush, but it works great as a little blush brush. So I'm going to just kind of dip right into the blush here, and boom, there we go. I really feel that this particular shade and finish of this CoverGirl blush is very fresh looking, and I just really like it. And yes, it does smell like peaches. Does it smell like real peaches? No. It does smell like candied peaches. It smells pretty good. Not too overly poweringly, not too overpowering. It's not too much of a strong scent at all. Alright, for highlight, something that's new to my collection, and this is the the Essence Pure Nude Sunlighter, this guy right here. Now, I have the highlighter one, which is the Pure Nude Highlighter. This is the Sunlighter, but right now, I mean, it's supposed to be like a bronzy shade, but as much time as I've been spending in the pool, and my skin has darkened just a little bit, it works as a highlight for me. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and use it today. And I'm going to use it on my Royal & Langnickel Highlighting and Glow brush, this one right here. And I'm just going to swirl it in, and there we go. It's not one of those really big pow in your face kind of highlights, which for an everyday basis I really enjoy. And really, with that blush, honestly, I really truly don't need it. I like highlight. So there you go. Alright, lipstick. For lipstick today, I'm going with one that's a little new for me, and this is the L'Oreal line. This is their L'Oreal, I think it's called the L'Oreal Shine lipsticks, these guys right here. And I'm in the shade 918, which is called Polished Tango. It's very pink lipstick, but it's very balmy feeling, so the color is not a really bright in your face pink, even though it looks to be in the tube. It's a very balmy, shiny pink. And as for an everyday pink, it's gorgeous. I'd really like to get some more of these because I do really like them. Alright, and as for a setting spray, and you guys notice I use no powder today for like setting my under eyes or setting my face at all, which I normally don't for my face anyway. But I didn't set my concealer, didn't need to, but I am going to use a setting spray. And the spray I'm going to use today is the Mario Badescu. This is the Aloe Chamomile and Lavender facial spray. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. Here lately, I have not been able to get words out. It's like I know what words I'm thinking, and I know what words I want to say, and those two words get kind of confused and jumbled up, and they come out that way. It's just really weird. By the way, this stuff smells really, really good, and I do really like it. I can't say that it keeps my makeup in place any longer because its purpose is not a setting spray. Its purpose is a facial mist, but I like how it feels, and if I do have any powderiness on my face at all, it actually brings that down quite a bit. Okay, guys, this is the finished, very wearable everyday look. Nothing too over the top, nothing too dramatic, just very wearable daytime. Can you guys hear the rain out there? Yeah, it's pretty loud in here, so you guys can hear it. That's what it is. It's raining out there. Guys, let me know, like I said earlier, if you have any suggestions for this ratty mess, let me know. I'm up for any suggestions at this point because I am not going to stop swimming, but I don't want to cut my hair off either. So, suggestions would be very helpful. Guys, it was so good to be back here filming again. I miss doing this, and it was really nice to just sit down in front of the camera and just play with my makeup. So, like I said, I'm going to have some reviews on some new stuff that have been piling up on me here, so that's going to be coming up. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this too, and if you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Hit that bell down there to get notified of upcoming videos. I'm really going to try my best to start uploading on a more regular basis again, because I really did enjoy sitting down and doing this again. Alright guys, you can look me up on my social media. I'm listed as RockFabulous40s on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. My website hopefully will be back up soon. It's been down for quite some time, but I am still working on it, so hopefully I'll get that back up and running soon. Yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this, hit subscribe down there. If you hit subscribe, you too can rock your fabulous 40s, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.